Lily felt a rush of excitement and fear. "I'm ready," she said, her heart racing. As the Zorathians led her deeper into the forest, she felt like she was stepping into a world of magic and mystery. Little did she know, her adventure was just beginning. The ancient beast awaited, and with it, the chance to change everything she thought she knew about herself and the galaxy. The journey to the beast. Lily followed the Zorathians deeper into the heart of the glowing forest. The trees towered above her, their luminescent leaves casting an ethereal light that danced across the ground. She felt a mixture of excitement and apprehension. The Zorathians walked gracefully, their long limbs moving in sync with the gentle breeze. "Stay close to us," the tall Zorathian warned, glancing back at her. "The path ahead can be dangerous." Lily nodded, determination in her eyes. "I will," she promised, feeling the surge of bravery. She had come this far. There was no turning back now. As they walked, the Zorathians shared tales of the ancient beast. "It is called Vorthak," one of them explained, his voice low and reverent. "Many legends surround it. Some say it can control the elements, while others claim it has the strength of 1,000 warriors." Lily listened intently, her imagination painting vivid pictures of the creature. "What does it look like?" she asked, her curiosity piqued. "It is said to be massive, with scales that shimmer like the stars," the Zorathian continued. "Its eyes are said to glow like molten gold, and its roar can shake the very ground beneath you." As they neared the edge of the forest, the trees began to thin, revealing a vast open field. In the distance, a mountain loomed, its peak shrouded in mist. "The beast resides in a cave within that mountain," the tall Zorathian pointed. "It is a sacred place, protected by ancient magic." Lily felt a flutter of nerves. The journey would not be easy. What if the beast doesn't want to be found? She asked, glancing up at her companions. "Then you must prove yourself," the Zorathian replied. "You must show it that you are worthy." As they approached the mountain, a chill ran through the air. The atmosphere felt thick with tension, as if the very ground was holding its breath. "Remember," the Zorathian warned, "the beast is not just a creature. It is part of our history. Treat it with respect." With a determined nod, Lily stepped forward, her heart pounding. The cave entrance was dark and foreboding. Shadows danced along the walls, and she could hear a distant rumble that sent a shiver down her spine. "Are you ready?" the tall Zorathian asked, his eyes watching her closely. "I am," Lily replied, though her voice was barely above a whisper. Taking a deep breath, she stepped into the darkness, the cool air wrapping around her like a cloak. Inside, the cave was vast and echoing. Stalactites hung from the ceiling like jagged teeth, and the ground was uneven. As she walked deeper, the light from the entrance faded, replaced by a faint glow emanating from the walls. The cave felt alive, pulsating with energy. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the cavern, causing Lily to freeze. Her heart raced as the sound grew louder. "What was that?" she whispered, fear creeping in. "It is Vorthak," the Zorathian said, his voice steady. "Stay close." Lily felt a mix of fear and exhilaration. She had come so far, and now the beast was near. She could sense its presence, powerful and ancient. As they reached a large chamber, the glow intensified, revealing intricate carvings on the walls. The images told stories of Zorathian warriors riding Vorthak into battle, their fierce faces filled with pride. In the center of the chamber, a massive shadow shifted, and Lily caught her first glimpse of the beast. Vorthak was magnificent. Its scales shimmered with hues of blue and green, catching the light in a mesmerizing display. Its eyes were indeed like molten gold, glowing with an intensity that pierced through the darkness. As it moved, the ground trembled slightly, and a low growl rumbled from its chest. Lily felt both awe and fear wash over her. The creature was everything she had imagined and more. "It's beautiful," she breathed, stepping forward despite the Zorathians' warning glances. "Do not get too close," one of the Zorathians cautioned. It may see you as a threat. But Lily was captivated. I just want to show it I mean no harm, she insisted. She could feel a strange connection, as if Vorthak was watching her, judging her intentions. With a deep breath, she stepped closer, heart racing. Vorthak, she called softly, trying to project calmness. I'm here to help, not to hurt. The beast's eyes locked onto hers, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. She could feel its energy, powerful and ancient. I am not your enemy, she continued, her voice steady. I want to ride with you, to be your friend. Vorthak tilted its massive head, studying her. The Zorathians watched in disbelief, unable to comprehend how this human girl dared to approach their sacred beast. Suddenly, the ground shook, and Vorthak let out a thunderous roar. The sound reverberated through the cave, causing Lily to stumble back. She felt fear gripping her heart, but she stood her ground. Please, she shouted, desperation creeping into her voice. I want to show you that I'm worthy. In that moment, Vorthak paused, its golden eyes narrowing as it assessed her. The air was thick with tension, and the Zorathians held their breath, unsure of what would happen next. As the echoes of the roar faded, Vorthak took a step forward, its massive form looming over her. Lily could feel the heat radiating from its body, and she dared to take another step closer. I believe in you, she whispered, her heart full of hope. Vorthak lowered its head, and for the first time, Lily felt a sense of acceptance. The ancient beast was not just a creature, it was a guardian of the Zorathians and their stories. With a mixture of fear and excitement, she reached out, her hand trembling as she touched its warm scales. In that moment, she knew she had begun a journey that would change everything. Together, they would bridge the gap between their worlds, proving that even the most unlikely of friendships could withstand the test of time. Bonding with Vorthak, Lily stood still, her heart racing as she felt the warmth of Vorthak's scales beneath her fingertips. The ancient beast loomed above her, its golden eyes watching her intently. She felt a strange connection, as if the creature could sense her courage and determination. The Zorathians were in awe, their mouths agape as they witnessed the unexpected scene unfolding before them. Lily had approached Vorthak, something no human had ever dared to do. It was a moment that would be talked about for generations. Lily, one of the Zorathians called out, breaking the spell of silence. You must be careful. The beast can be unpredictable. But Lily didn't want to step back. Instead, she leaned in closer, her voice soft and steady. I'm not here to harm you, Vorthak. I want to be your friend. The beast regarded her with a mix of curiosity and caution. Slowly, it lowered its massive head closer to her, sniffing the air around her. Lily felt a thrill run through her as she realized Vorthak was intrigued. She took another step forward, encouraged by the creature's response. What are you doing? One of the Zorathians whispered, eyes wide with fear. This is madness. But Lily could feel a bond forming, a connection that transcended species. Trust me, she replied softly, still focused on Vorthak. I know we can be friends. With a gentle nudge, Vorthak brushed its snout against her, and Lily laughed in delight. It was a sign of acceptance. She felt a wave of joy wash over her, knowing that she had taken the first step toward forging an unbreakable bond. As if sensing her excitement, Vorthak let out a low rumble, a sound that resonated deep within the cave. The Zorathians exchanged nervous glances, unsure of what would happen next. Stay calm, everyone, the tall Zorathian instructed, though he was equally anxious. Let's see what happens. Lily looked into Vorthak's golden eyes, feeling a surge of determination. Can I ride you? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. I want to feel the wind on my face and see the world from your back. Vorthak tilted its head, considering her request. The air was thick with anticipation as the cave grew silent, and the only sound was the steady thumping of Lily's heart. After a moment, the beast slowly lowered itself, inviting her to climb aboard. Go, Lily. one of the Zorathians urged, a mixture of disbelief and excitement in his tone. With a mix of courage and joy, Lily climbed onto Vorthak's back, feeling the warmth of its scales beneath her. The beast was massive, and she felt small yet exhilarated. She steadied herself as Vorthak rose to its full height, towering over the Zorathians. "Hold on tight," the tall Zorathian called out as he took a step back. "This beast is powerful." As Lily settled in, she felt Vorthak's muscles tense beneath her. "Let's go," she exclaimed, her voice filled with enthusiasm. The villagers murmured among themselves, intrigued but still wary. The elder remained silent, contemplating her words. He looked at Vorthak, then back at Lily, trying to gauge the truth in her eyes. "Show us," he finally said, his voice measured. "Show us what this bond means. Take Vorthak to the sky." Lily's heart raced at the challenge. "I will," she replied confidently. "But I need your support. Together, we can demonstrate that humans are not a threat." The elder nodded, and with that, Lily knew she had to prove herself. "Let's go to the cliff's edge," she suggested, pointing to a high place where they could launch into the sky. As they made their way to the cliff, the villagers followed, a mix of excitement and apprehension swirling in the air. When they reached the edge, Lily could see the vast landscape stretching below them, a beautiful tapestry of colors that was breathtaking. "Are you ready, Vorthak?" she asked, her voice filled with determination. The beast looked at her, its eyes shining with understanding. With a swift movement, Lily mounted Vorthak once more, feeling the familiar warmth beneath her. She knew that this was a pivotal moment, not just for her, but for both their worlds. "Let's show them what we can do." Vorthak responded with a powerful roar, shaking the ground beneath them. He took a few steps back, then charged forward, leaping off the cliff with astonishing grace. The wind rushed past them as they soared through the air, the villagers gasping in awe below. Lily could hardly believe the thrill of flying with Vorthak. She felt weightless, and for a moment she was free. They climbed higher and higher, the ground receding beneath them until the village looked like a cluster of tiny dots. "Look at them!" Lily shouted, exhilarated. "They are amazed." Vorthak let out another roar, and together they performed loops and dives, gliding effortlessly through the sky. The Zorathians watched in stunned silence, their eyes wide with wonder. As they flew, Lily felt a surge of connection, not just with Vorthak, but with the land and its people. She could see the beauty of the Zorathian world from above, and she wanted to share that beauty with them. They could work together to protect this land, and their friendship could change everything. Finally, Vorthak began to descend, gliding smoothly back toward the cliff. As they landed, a cheer erupted from the crowd. The Zorathians were clapping and shouting, their previous doubts washed away by the display of bravery and trust. "Lily," the elder called, his voice filled with newfound respect. "You have shown us that humans can be brave and loyal. We have much to learn from each other." Lily dismounted and smiled at the elder. "Together, we can build a strong alliance," she said, her voice filled with hope. "Let's share our knowledge and protect our worlds together." The villagers nodded, and one by one, they stepped forward, extending their hands in friendship. The atmosphere shifted, and Lily felt the warmth of acceptance enveloping her. From that moment on, she knew they were on the brink of something incredible. Humans and Zorathians would work together, forging bonds that would last for generations. Their adventures were just beginning, and Lily was ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. With Vorthak by her side and a new alliance forming, she felt a sense of purpose and determination. They would create a future filled with friendship, courage, and hope, proving that even the most unlikely of allies could become the greatest of friends. The villagers murmured among themselves, intrigued but still wary. The elder remained silent, contemplating her words. He looked at Vorthak, then back at Lily, trying to gauge the truth in her eyes. "Show us," he finally said, his voice measured. Show us what this bond means. Take Vorthak to the sky. Lily's heart raced at the challenge. I will, she replied confidently. But I need your support. Together, we can demonstrate that humans are not a threat. The elder nodded, and with that, Lily knew she had to prove herself. Let's go to the cliff's edge, she suggested, pointing to a high place where they could launch into the sky. As they made their way to the cliff, the villagers followed, a mix of excitement and apprehension swirling in the air. When they reached the edge, Lily could see the vast landscape stretching below them, a beautiful tapestry of colors that was breathtaking. Are you ready, Vorthak? She asked, her voice filled with determination. The beast looked at her, its eyes shining with understanding. With a swift movement, Lily mounted Vorthak once more, feeling the familiar warmth beneath her. She knew that this was a pivotal moment, not just for her, but for both their worlds. Let's show them what we can do. Vorthak responded with a powerful roar, shaking the ground beneath them. He took a few steps back, then charged forward, leaping off the cliff with astonishing grace. The wind rushed past them as they soared through the air, the villagers gasping in awe below. Lily could hardly believe the thrill of flying with Vorthak. She felt weightless, and for a moment, she was free. They climbed higher and higher, the ground receding beneath them until the village looked like a cluster of tiny dots. Look at them, Lily shouted, exhilarated. They are amazed. Vorthak let out another roar, and together they performed loops and dives, gliding effortlessly through the sky. The Zorathians watched in stunned silence, their eyes wide with wonder. As they flew, Lily felt a surge of connection, not just with Vorthak, but with the land and its people. She could see the beauty of the Zorathian world from above, and she wanted to share that beauty with them. They could work together to protect this land, and their friendship could change everything. Finally, Vorthak began to descend, gliding smoothly back toward the cliff. As they landed, a cheer erupted from the crowd. The Zorathians were clapping and shouting, their previous doubts washed away by the display of bravery and trust. Lily, the elder called, his voice filled with newfound respect. You have shown us that humans can be brave and loyal. We have much to learn from each other. Lily dismounted and smiled at the elder. Together, we can build a strong alliance, she said, her voice filled with hope. Let's share our knowledge and protect our worlds together. The villagers nodded, and one by one, they stepped forward, extending their hands in friendship. The atmosphere shifted, and Lily felt the warmth of acceptance enveloping her. From that moment on, she knew they were on the brink of something incredible. Humans and Zorathians would work together, forging bonds that would last for generations. Their adventures were just beginning, and Lily was ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. With Vorthak by her side and a new alliance forming, she felt a sense of purpose and determination. They would create a future filled with friendship, courage, and hope, proving that even the most unlikely of allies could become the greatest of friends. Trials of trust. The days passed quickly in the Zorathian village. Lily settled into her new life, eager to learn more about the Zorathians and their ways. Each day brought fresh challenges and adventures, and with Vorthak by her side, she felt stronger than ever. The bond they had formed was not just between a human and a beast. It was a bridge between two worlds. One sunny morning, Lily gathered with the Zorathians in the village square. The elder had called a meeting to discuss the next steps in solidifying their alliance. Villagers filled the area, their faces illuminated with hope and curiosity. They had been excited since Lily and Vorthak's stunning flight, and now they were eager to explore new possibilities. The elder stood tall before the crowd, his voice booming with authority. We have witnessed a great feat of courage from our new friend, Lily, and her bond with Vorthak. We must now test this alliance further. It is time to prove that humans can endure the trials of our people. Lily felt a mix of excitement and apprehension at the elder's words. What kind of trials? She asked, stepping forward. The elder smiled, a twinkle in his eye. We will test your strength, skill, and resolve. You must navigate the sacred maze, where only the bravest dare to enter. If you succeed, it will show that you are worthy of our friendship." Lively's heart raced. The sacred maze was a place of legend, filled with challenges designed to test the mettle of those who entered. "I'll do it," she declared, her voice steady. The villagers cheered, but Lily could see concern in some of their faces. They knew the maze was treacherous, and she could feel the weight of their expectations. But with Vorthek beside her, she felt a surge of confidence. The next day, the villagers led Lily to the entrance of the sacred maze. It was a towering labyrinth made of dense, twisting vines and ancient stones, each turn hidden in shadows. The air was thick with mystery, and Lily could feel the anticipation crackling around her. "Remember," the elder said, "trust your instincts and listen to Vorthek. He knows this land better than anyone." Lily nodded, her determination solid. She mounted Vorthek, feeling the beast's warmth beneath her. "We can do this, Vorthek. Let's show them what we're made of." With a deep roar, Vorthek stepped into the maze, and the entrance closed behind them with a heavy thud. The path twisted and turned, the walls looming high on either side. The light from the outside world faded, and they were enveloped in a whirl of shadows and echoes. As they navigated the maze, Lily felt the weight of uncertainty. The air was thick with tension, and she could hear the distant sounds of rustling leaves and strange creatures moving about. "Stay close, Vorthek," she whispered, feeling the shiver run down her spine. They turned a corner and came across their first challenge, a steep incline covered in slippery moss. Lily felt her heart race as she looked up at the daunting slope. "We can do this," she urged Vorthek. "Just take it slow." Vorthek nodded, and with careful movements, they climbed the incline. The beast's powerful legs helped them gain traction, and together they slowly made their way to the top. When they reached the summit, Lily couldn't help but cheer. "We did it." But their celebration was short-lived. As they turned the corner, they faced their next challenge, a wide chasm that stretched out before them, its depths dark and foreboding. There were vines hanging down that looked sturdy enough to use as a bridge, but it would take great skill to cross. "All right, Vorthek, we have to swing across," Lily said, determination coursing through her veins. She could feel the eyes of the villagers watching them from afar, and she wanted to prove herself. With a deep breath, Lily climbed off Vorthek and took hold of one of the thick vines. "Here goes nothing," she exclaimed, swinging her legs out as she jumped. The vine creaked under her weight, but she focused on the other side, where safety awaited. Vorthek watched closely, ready to catch her if she fell. With all her strength, Lily swung across the chasm, her heart pounding in her chest. She landed on the other side, rolling to absorb the impact. "Lily," Vorthek called, concern evident in his deep voice. "I'm okay," she shouted, looking back at the beast. "Now it's your turn." Vorthek assessed the gap, his eyes narrowing in concentration. He took a few steps back, then charged forward, leaping across with grace. The ground shook as he landed beside her, and Lily felt a wave of relief wash over her. They continued deeper into the maze, facing various challenges along the way. They solved riddles posed by ancient stone statues, navigated narrow ledges, and even outsmarted a small group of shadowy creatures that lurked in the corners. With each obstacle they overcame, Lily felt her confidence grow. She was proving herself not just to the Zorathians, but also to herself. Vorthek was not just a beast, he was her partner, and together they were capable of great things. Finally, after what felt like hours, they reached the heart of the maze. In the center stood a beautiful glowing tree, its leaves shimmering with a radiant light. Lily gasped in awe, feeling an energy emanating from it. "This must be the heart of the maze," she whispered, stepping closer. "It's incredible." Vorthek stood beside her, his eyes wide with wonder. They had made it. Together, they had faced every trial and emerged victorious. As they stood before the glowing tree, Lily knew they had not only proven their strength, but had also formed an unbreakable bond. They were ready to bring their worlds together, united in friendship and trust. With newfound determination, Lily placed her hand on the trunk of the tree, feeling its warmth. "We will show the Zorethians that humans are loyal friends," she vowed. "This is just the beginning." In that moment, she felt the heart of the maze pulsing in response, as if acknowledging their victory and the promise of a brighter future ahead. Bonds of friendship. The sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the sacred maze. Lily and Vorthak stood before the glowing tree, their hearts racing with triumph. They had successfully completed the trials, and they could feel the shift in the air around them. It was as if the very essence of the maze recognized their bond. With a gentle tug, Lily turned to Vorthak. "We did it. We proved ourselves," she exclaimed, her eyes shining with excitement. Vorthak nodded, his majestic form towering beside her. He let out a deep, rumbling growl, which felt like a celebration in itself. The way back seemed shorter than their journey in. They navigated the twists and turns, exhilarated by their success. As they approached the entrance, they could hear the murmurs of the Zorethians waiting outside. Lily's heart raced with anticipation. She wondered how the villagers would react to their victory. When they stepped out of the maze, the villagers erupted in cheers. Lily felt a surge of pride wash over her. She had faced the challenges head-on. And with Vorthak, they had triumphed together. The elder approached, his eyes twinkling with respect and admiration. "You have shown great strength and courage, Lily. Today, you have not only proven your worth, but have also forged a bond between our people. You and Vorthak are true allies," he declared, raising his arms to gather the crowd's attention. "Let us celebrate this momentous occasion." Lily's heart swelled with happiness as the villagers encircled them. They clapped and cheered, offering their warmest congratulations. It was a moment she would never forget. In that instant, she felt like a part of something greater, a family. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the villagers prepared a feast to honor their new alliance. The aroma of roasting meats and sweet fruits filled the air, making Lily's stomach growl with anticipation. She sat with Vorthak at her side, surrounded by Zorethians who were eager to learn more about her and her world. "Tell us about your home," one of the villagers asked, leaning closer. "What is it like on your planet?" Lily smiled, recalling the beauty of Earth. "It's different from here, but it's beautiful in its own way. We have vast oceans, towering mountains, and forests filled with life. People love to explore, and we share strong bonds of friendship." The villagers listened intently, captivated by her words. As she spoke, she could see their eyes light up with curiosity. Lily realized this was her chance to bridge their worlds further, to show them that despite their differences, they shared the same values. After dinner, the elder rose to speak again. "Lily, would you do us the honor of leading the next festival? We wish to celebrate the bond between our peoples and the bravery you have shown." Lily's eyes widened in surprise. "Me? Lead the festival?" she stammered, feeling the weight of the responsibility. "Yes, we want you to share your culture with us," the elder insisted, his voice strong and inviting. "You have shown us what it means to be brave. Now, let us learn from you." The crowd erupted in support, chanting her name. "Lily, Lily, Lily." It was a chorus of acceptance and joy. She felt tears of happiness prick her eyes. This was more than she had ever hoped for. She was no longer an outsider. She was a member of the Zorethian family. "I would be honored," she finally said, her voice filled with emotion. "Thank you for believing in me." As the night deepened, the villagers began to dance around a large fire, celebrating their newfound friendship. Vorthak stood watch beside her, a protective presence, while Lily joined the circle, moving to the rhythm of the music. Laughter echoed around them, and she felt a sense of belonging. Suddenly, a group of children ran up to her, their faces filled with excitement. "Lily, teach us a human dance," one of the girls exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Lily grinned. "All right, follow my lead." She began to teach them a simple dance, and soon the Zorathian children were mimicking her steps. They laughed and stumbled, and Lily couldn't help but chuckle at their enthusiasm. As the night wore on, she realized how much joy this connection brought her. The Zorathians were learning from her, and she was discovering their culture in return. They exchanged stories, traditions, and laughter, creating a tapestry of friendship that spanned their two worlds. Eventually, Lily sat down by the fire, exhausted but happy. Vorthek lay beside her, his warm presence comforting. She leaned against him, looking at the stars that sparkled above. They seemed to shine brighter than ever. "This is just the beginning, isn't it?" she murmured, looking up at the vastness of the sky. Vorthek let out a soft growl in agreement, as if he understood her completely. The bonds of friendship were forming, and the trust between her and the Zorathians deepened. They were learning to rely on each other, and Lily knew that together they could face any challenge that lay ahead. As the festival continued, she felt a surge of hope for the future. The Zorathians and humans were different, but they were united by their hearts. They would work together, learn from one another, and pave the way for a brighter tomorrow. With a smile on her face, Lily closed her eyes, embracing the warmth of the fire and the friendships blooming around her. She was home, and the adventures ahead promised to be extraordinary. Together, they clashed with the Vexari. Lily's instincts kicked in as she dodged and struck, feeling the weight of her weapon in her hands. The Zorathians fought bravely, their unity shining through the chaos. As they pushed back against the invaders, Lily caught a glimpse of the villagers fleeing toward safety. "Protect the others," she shouted to her group. They nodded, rallying to defend those who couldn't fight. Lily felt a surge of pride as they stood together, refusing to back down. Just then, a powerful Vexari warrior broke through their lines, heading straight for Lily. He towered over her, his armor glinting menacingly in the firelight. Panic surged, but Lily held her ground. With a deep breath, she charged at him, determination in her heart. The clash was intense. The Vexari warrior swung his weapon, but Lily ducked just in time, feeling the rush of air as it passed above her. She countered with a strike of her own, landing a blow on his side. The warrior growled in anger, turning to face her fully. With every ounce of strength, she fought, just as she thought she might be overpowered. Vorthek arrived, roaring fiercely as he lunged at the Vexari warrior. Together, they fought side by side, their bond solidified in battle. As the fight raged on, Lily realized they were gaining ground. The Zorathians, inspired by her courage and Vorthek's might, began to push back the Vexari. The tide was turning. The once feared warriors were now retreating, their pride bruised. Finally, after what felt like hours, the last of the Vexari ships flooded into the sky, leaving the village battered but standing. Exhausted, Lily fell to her knees, breathing heavily. Vorthek stood protectively beside her, his eyes scanning the horizon for any signs of danger. The elder of the neighboring tribe approached, his face a mix of gratitude and concern. "You fought bravely, Lily. We owe you our lives," he said, his voice shaky but full of admiration. Lily looked around at the surviving villagers. They were shaken but alive, and the fire of hope burned in their hearts. "We need to unite against the Vexari," she urged. "This won't be the last time they come. We must prepare." The elder nodded, understanding the weight of her words. "You are right. Together, we can stand against them." As the sun set behind the hills, casting a fiery glow over the battlefield, Lily felt a sense of purpose. They had faced danger and triumphed, but there was much work ahead. The bonds of friendship between the Zorathians and humans were growing stronger, and together, they would face whatever came next. This was only the beginning of their fight against the darkness that threatened their worlds. Lily stood tall, knowing she would not back down. With her friends by her side, they would face any challenge, united as one.